Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Lauren, and today I am going to be drawing my May TBR. So if you are new to my channel, how this works is that each month I draw 5 books and I draw them out of jars. I have 3 jars at this point. It started out with 1, then became 2, and is now 3. Inside of each of these jars are these little folded up origami stars. Each one is folded up out of a strip of paper that has the title of a book that I'm interested in reading on it. Whatever I add each month gets its own type of paper. That way I can kind of keep an eye on how long different books have been in my jar. I don't want to wait too long to read them, otherwise I will lose interest. So I draw 5 books each month. This is my regular TBR star jar. If you actually would like to see the names of all of the books in this jar, you can follow the link down below in the video description box to my Goodreads page and on my want to read list. All of the books in this jar are on that list, so feel free to head over there and check that out if you're interested. So I will first draw a couple of books out of here, 2, maybe 3, and then depending on how long those books are, I will next draw either 1 or 2 stars out of this jar, and this is my series jar. And then finally, I will draw one star out of my golden star jar. These are my most anticipated reads. If I have time this month, and if I can find a book that works for the prompt, I will be reading a book for the Buzzword challenge. I'll actually throw my card up here so you can see all the books that I have selected so far this year. I think May's prompt is flavor, or yeah, I think it's flavor, which is not an easy prompt. And especially if you are not like a contemporary romance reader, finding books that have like a flavor in the title is not an easy task. So if I can find a book that sounds remotely interesting to me, that has some flavor in the title, and I have time for it, then I will work something in for that challenge as well. So I think that is everything. Let's jump right in and draw some books. All right, here we go. First draw. All right, let's see here. Stars that have been in here the longest, probably, actually both of these green stars, I think I've had these in here since actually September of 2021, so why don't we draw a green star first? All right, and my first drawing is going to be, oh nice, the ask and the answer. This is a series and a book, a second book in a series, the Chaos Walking trilogy. Let me go grab it. I'll be right back. All right, here we go. The Ask and the Answer by Patrick Ness. As I said, this is the second book in the Chaos Walking trilogy. I think I read the first book, man, it's been a while. I think I read this maybe in early 2022, maybe even earlier than that. I can't remember for sure. But I have really been looking forward to getting to the next book in the series. It's set in a world that there are only men and they can all hear each other's thoughts. And it's like on this settlement that I think is in another world, like on another planet or something. And it's honestly pretty aptly named Chaos Walking, if you can imagine living in a settlement where you can hear everybody's thoughts all of the time. The first book really kind of ended on a little bit of a cliffhanger, so I will be very curious to see what is going to happen next. So I think this is a great first draw. So first draw, the ask and the answer. All right, here we go. Second draw. Okay, so I think probably of all of these, the star that has been here the longest, I think is probably this royal blue star. So let's go with this one next. All right, and the second draw is, Synth number 1. This is a short story collection. Actually, it's a sci-fi horror short story collection. Where did I hear about this? I think I originally heard about this from Steve Talks Books, and it just sounded like right up my alley. Sci-fi and horror are a couple of my favorite genres, especially when they are mashed up. Like, I absolutely love that. And I think that this has to do with like sort of technology-focused short stories, which I also really, really love. I don't own this one. I am going to have to track it down. I'm pretty sure that this is an independently published novel, so if I do end up having to purchase it, that's totally fine with me. But yeah, this is really exciting. I've really been looking forward to this one. So yeah, second book, synth number 1. All right, so I think that I'm going to draw a third book out of here and then only one from my series jar, since the first book that I drew is from a series. I think I'm going to pull one more of these and then a series star and then the golden star, and then we'll call it a day. So third drawing. Okay, so the stars that have been in here the longest, we have another green one here and the blue one. Also, these sort of brick red colored stars have been in here for a while as well. So I think I'll go for one of these next. All right, and my third draw is The Last Astronaut. Awesome, I own this as well. This is a sci-fi novel. Let me go grab it. I'll be right back. All right, here we go. The Last Astronaut by David Wellington. And I believe this is a sci-fi novel of the First Contact variety. I think that this is about a former astronaut kind of being pulled out of retirement to deal with some sort of, it's an alien ship or object or something that is headed towards Earth. And this person is like pulled out of retirement to help, I don't know, figure out what's going on with that. Sounds right up my alley. This is definitely the kind of book that I usually end up having a pretty fun time reading. Honestly, it has been a while since I've read like pretty like outer space, like space opera-ish type of sci-fi. So I'm really looking forward to picking another one up. All right, here we go. Fourth draw out of my series jar. All right, there is really no rhyme or reason to the color of these stars. I just decided to do different pieces of colorful paper. So how about, why don't we grab maybe one of these like pastel purple stars? All right, and my fourth draw in another series that I will be continuing on is, oh, awesome, Tales from the Loop, Things from the Flood, the third and final book in the Tales from the Loop trilogy. I'm super excited about this and I own it. I'm gonna grab it. I'll be right back. All right, here we are, Things from the Flood by Simon Stålenhag. So if you are not familiar with this series, these books are set in kind of a post-apocalyptic Sweden, I believe. This company has been they've been running all of these like quantum physics experiments and using like all this crazy technology and building robots and things like that, but they have abandoned the project. However, there are some weird things still happening because of the experiments that they ran in this like underground lab, I guess. So the books feel very like dystopian in a very creepy way. The author, Simon Stålenhag, he wrote the stories as well as doing all the artwork for these books, which I mean is just absolutely incredible. The first book, which is Tales from the Loop, has multiple short stories in it. The second book, The Electric State, which is one of my all-time favorite books, actually tells a cohesive narrative beginning to end. And I'm not sure about this one. I'm not sure if it's going to be a collection of shorter stories or if it's all one story, but all I know is that I'm absolutely blown away by this series. I've been blown away by it so far. And also, on a side note, if you have not watched the TV show Tales from the Loop on Amazon Prime, even though I hate the sticker, they're not wrong. It is amazing and it is worth watching. It is a fantastic TV show. I highly recommend it. I am absolutely thrilled that I just drew this. Like, I can't wait to wrap this series up and just see what this one is all about. All right, fifth and final draw out of my golden star jar. These are my most anticipated reads. All right, and my final selection for May is going to be The Elementals. Okay, yay, this is super exciting. Oh, yay, I just added this one. This is the same author that wrote Blackwater, which I think is the only book that I've given 5 stars in 2023. It is by Michael McDowell, and I really, really loved it and was really excited to read another book by this author. This one I think it's the same sort of genre fusion kind of horror thriller-ish, but sort of with a almost like a magical realistic element whipped into it. And it is set on, I think it's like a family's vacation beach house or something. And maybe I'm probably absolutely butchering this, but I think it might be sort of a haunted house story. I've been pretty fascinated with haunted house stories lately, so I'm really excited to pick up another one. As a matter of fact, next week I think I may do a video ranking some of the haunted house books that I've read. If you're interested in that and that's something you'd like to hear about, I'd love for you to let me know about it down in the comments. But this is a great final draw. I'm super excited about this, so I cannot wait to get to my final selection, The Elementals. All right, so I think that is going to be it for me today. Those are all of the books that I will be reading in May. I would be very curious to know if you have read any of them and what you thought about them. Also, if you have any exciting reading plans for May, please talk to me about it in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, I hope that you will like it and possibly subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.